What's going on, everyone? Gamer King Tar Heel back with another episode of Vita Talk, where I talk about all things PlayStation Vita. Today we're going to do things a little bit different. I got a lot of requests to talk about my thoughts on the PS4 specifically and all that other kind of stuff. So now that we're at E3 and we've seen the press conferences and we've read all the facts and we got a bunch of information going, thought this would be a great opportunity to show off some of the footage from some of the games I'm really excited about, talk about my thoughts on the PS4, how it relates to the PS Vita and all that stuff. So even if you didn't watch the press conference, I'm sure a lot of you have heard by now that Sony came out with guns blazing in their press conference. First and foremost, the price at $399 is an absolute steal in my opinion. I thought it could go as high as $499, even $550 for a deluxe model or something like that. So coming in at $399 is very, very affordable. I think they learned their lesson from the previous PS3 coming in at $600 and having to work their way down, and the consumer population basically saying, no, we're not going to pay that. Sony looks to have learned their lesson. They look to come in at a great price point. Second, there was a fear in the gaming community that while Microsoft was getting all this heat for their 24-hour connection and the used game sales, that this was all kind of just a big conspiracy, that Sony was going to go hand in hand with this, that all the major players in the video game industry had kind of come together and said, hey, this is what we need to do to survive, and we're not making a lot of money right now, and so we all need to make sure that we do everything we can to limit making sure all the money goes in our pot instead of being dispersed to other partners. Sony, of course, came through and smashed that triumphantly. First with the used game sales, basically saying we're not going to do anything different with used games. You know, publishers will still have the right to do their online passes or their registration codes or anything like that, but we're not going to do anything. There's going to be no 30-day waiting period to add a friend, and then you can lend it, but you can't lend it again, or after that they have to buy it, or anything like that. We're just going to go through and doing it the way we've been doing it from the very beginning. Sony also said no to any kind of online requirement, which is what I'm actually happy about. It's not really a big deal to me, but I have a brother and a brother-in-law who are in the armed services, and it's a big deal to them. They don't always have reliable internet. They're both huge gamers, so I was really glad that they have an option next gen that they don't have to worry about their internet connection, and wherever they're off saving the world, they get a chance to play their games. What I really liked about Sony's press conference was that it was aggressive. It wasn't just, this is what we're doing and we're not worrying about our competitor like so many other businesses do. It was, this is what we're doing, this is what our competitor's doing. It's, we trust our gamers, our competitor doesn't trust our gamers. It's, we listen to our gamers, our competitor doesn't listen to our gamers. And it was a great message. It was kind of like two heavyweight boxers just kind of feeling each other out, and then all of a sudden Sony just started throwing haymakers and talking about Microsoft's mama. Now, I wish I had the patience and the foresight to make this video a little less one-sided, because I watched Microsoft press conference as well, and I thought it was excellent. If you're in the Xbox One camp and you're got one pre-ordered, there's a lot to be excited for. And I try not to play fanboy. I get all systems, and I'm going to get an Xbox One. I'll get it eventually. But I just decided right now that I'm not going to get it this year. It's too expensive to go for both. And with the connectivity with the Vita and all that other stuff, the PS4, I went ahead and pre-ordered mine this morning. But I might do another video and talk a little bit about Microsoft, because they did do some really good things in their press conference as well. So guys, this video kind of got away from me. That's what happens when I just go off the cuff. So instead of doing like an 8-9 minute video talking about, the Vita specific stuff at the press conference, I'll make that another video. I'll go ahead and start working on that. Hopefully get that up either later this week or at least this weekend, and we'll go ahead and talk about all the things that Sony talked about with the PlayStation. I have some opinions on that and some things that I think Sony needs to be focusing on. So I'll go ahead and make that video, but for now, I hope you enjoyed my thoughts on the PS4 and hope you guys are excited for it. So leave me comments down below and let me know what you think. Let me know what system you're leaning to, if you're clearly in the Sony camp or not. And that's it, guys. Have a great night, have a great week, and I'll see you later. Take care.